So, have you noticed something kind of different lately about how we get our medicines? Some of the biggest names in the pharmaceutical world are starting to sell their drugs directly to us, online. It's a huge shift, and honestly, it could change everything about how we get our prescriptions. Today, we're going to break down exactly what this means for your wallet, your health, and the future of the pharmacy itself. Okay, let's just dive right in with a question I think we've all asked ourselves, probably while standing at the pharmacy counter. Why in the world are prescription drugs so expensive? It's that frustrating moment, right? And the answer, well, it's not simple. It's really a story about the long, winding, and kind of crazy road your prescription takes before it ever gets into your hands. You see, before that bottle of pills gets to you, it has to pass through a whole chain of companies. And we're talking about really powerful middlemen here. Each one takes a cut, and that adds to the final price you end up paying. Now, this system has been the way things are done for decades, but now, Big Pharma seems to be threatening to blow the whole thing up. To really get what's changing, we first have to wrap our heads around the old way of doing things. And trust me, when you see it laid out, you'll understand why we're calling it a maze. Let's walk through the traditional and frankly baffling way a drug gets from the manufacturer to your medicine cabinet. Just take a look at this chain. A drug company makes the medicine, but it doesn't just go to you. Oh no. First, these powerful negotiators called pharmacy benefit managers, or PBMs, they step in to set prices for insurers. Then, giant distributors have to ship the drugs to pharmacies who finally get to sell them to you. Every single step, every one of these arrows you see here, that adds complexity and, you guessed it, cost.
But what if you could just skip all that? A totally new model is popping up that promises to do exactly that, creating a straight line, a direct path between the drug maker and you. And wow, when you see it side by side, the difference is pretty stark, isn't it? On the left, you've got that 6-step maze we just talked about. On the right, a simple 2-step path, from the manufacturer straight to the patient. Pharma companies are basically saying, hey, why not just buy it directly from us online?
So what kicked this whole thing off? Well, you can pretty much thank the blockbuster weight loss drugs. When all these telehealth sites started selling legal, knockoff versions, the big drug makers like Eli Lilly and Novo Nordisk, they had to react. They launched their own direct-to-consumer websites, and the results, well, they're kind of stunning. Right now, for a drug like Zepbound, more than a third of all new prescriptions are being filled directly online. You know, when a strategy works that well, you better believe the rest of the industry sits up and takes notice. And that's exactly what's happening. Now, top executives all across Big Pharma are betting big that this direct-to-consumer model is the future. I mean, you really don't get a clearer signal than this. Pfizer's CEO, Albert Bourla, isn't just saying he's optimistic. He's saying his peers across the industry are all on board and ready to go. You can just feel the enthusiasm here. This isn't some little experiment anymore. Nope, this is a full-blown movement. And this strategy is absolutely spreading like wildfire. We're seeing it with Pfizer and Bristol-Myers Squibb's huge selling blood thinner, Eliquis. GSK is looking at it for inhalers and antibiotics. Roche is exploring its options. This isn't just about weight loss drugs anymore. We're talking about essential, everyday medicines. Okay, so this all sounds pretty great, right? Cheaper drugs, cutting out the middlemen, what's not to love? Well, as you can probably imagine, it might not be quite that simple. Some experts are urging a little caution and asking a really crucial question. Who really benefits from this new model? And look, on the surface, the numbers are incredibly persuasive. Take a look at this chart. For patients who have to pay with cash, the savings look massive. The direct price for Wegovy is almost $1,000 less than the list price. I mean, who wouldn't want that deal? But here's the catch. Critics like Mark Miller over at Arnold Ventures are suggesting this isn't really about saving the system money. It might just be about shifting who gets paid. So instead of all that money going to the PBMs and distributors, now it just goes straight into the drug manufacturer's pocket. And Eliquis is the perfect example of this tension. The direct price is $346 a month. And yeah, that's a good discount from the list price. But then you look at the price Medicare negotiated, just $231. So here's the really crucial takeaway. It's a better price for cash payers for sure, but that doesn't mean it's the absolute best price out there. There's also a bigger, almost philosophical issue here. Dr. Benjamin Rome points out that the whole point of insurance is to pool risk, right? We all chip in so that when someone gets really sick, their massive costs are covered by the group. This new direct-to-patient cash pay model kind of undermines that whole idea. It creates a separate system for those who can afford to pay out of pocket. So what does the government think about all this? Well, even the White House is kind of lukewarm on it. They're not against it, but they're making it pretty clear they don't see this as the silver bullet for high drug prices. It's not the solution. Okay, so after all that, where does this actually leave us? Is this new model truly going to replace the old one? Or is a reality, as it usually is, a little more complicated? Because here's the thing. The old system isn't going anywhere. And honestly, what I find really fascinating is that these new, direct platforms, they're actually built right on top of the old infrastructure. Novo's online pharmacy, for example, it uses Humonis Pharmacy and a major drug distributor to actually get the medicine to you. So it's less of a total revolution and more of a clever renovation. Which brings us to our final question. This whole direct-to-consumer push, it offers clear benefits for some patients, and let's be honest, a massive new revenue stream for drug makers. But critics worry it's just a way to grab the profits that used to go to middlemen, and that it could weaken the insurance system for everyone else. So, is this the cure we've all been waiting for, or is it just a new symptom of a very old, very complex problem?